Namaskar. Chapter 5, Karma Sanyas Yog, the Yog of Renunciation. Understanding the types of renunciation in life. At the beginning of this chapter, we spoke of renunciation. Do you remember what that was? Well, renunciation is the act of giving up. You could also think of it as rejecting the thing you once desired. Now, renunciation cannot be an escapist attitude. Say you become motivated to renounce all worldly pleasures because you can't find anything good around you. But do you know what's wrong with this attitude? As soon as you take up renunciation, you're going to feel very uncomfortable about it, mainly because you're not used to this, and this will make you uneasy. What happens then? Well, these people are the first ones to return to living normally again. This is not the way renunciation is supposed to work. There's another type of renunciation, Yukt Vairagya. This is when you're motivated to renounce because you believe everything belongs to God or the big creator. This is a more stable way to renounce. No matter how difficult or what happens, in Yukt Vairagya, one continues to be devoted to the higher authority. They believe that nothing belongs to them and that God is the whole and soul of this world. Let me share a secret with you. According to Lord Krishna, a person who sees themselves as a Karma Yogi is actually exercising Yukt Vairagya through their actions. They enjoy such a stable renunciation because they consciously work to please God and exercise detachment from their feelings. With such an acceptance, we actually find no difference between the concept of Karma Yoga and Karma Sanyas. By following one way, we're actually able to practice both. What's expected is learning to rise above anger, greed, and even desire, Karma Yogis and their path of Yukt Vairagya. Karma Yogis, according to Lord Krishna, are Yog Yukt. What this means is they are united consciously with a higher power, such as God. You must be wondering how they're able to do this. First off, their mind is in control and their intellect is pure. Most importantly, they are able to control their senses. It's our senses that mostly control all of our feelings. And once we are able to control our feelings, we can work without attachment. These Karma Yogis always see the good in people. They behave respectfully towards others. Their actions are not to please their senses or please others, but are to fulfill their duties or the dharma they believe in. They are unattached to everything happening around them and are heavily focused on the one goal they have, their dharma. When the Karma Yogis perform their work, they don't think of themselves as the actual doers of the work. Let me elaborate on this. Let's take an example of something from school. When you complete your homework, you think of it as a task that you did yourself. You worked out the correct answers, you wrote down all that was to be written, and you yourself submitted the work to your teacher. That's when you can confidently say that you've done all of the work. But for Karma Yogis, that's not how it works. They think of work as an offering to the Creator. And they also believe that it is this higher authority who is the doer of all activities. You might ask, how could one think in this way? And your question is valid. When I'm moving my limbs, using my brain to work things out, isn't it me who's actually doing the job? But Karma Yogis think a little differently. Karma Yogis believe that we are all souls connected to a higher power. In fact, we are all a part of the higher power. So the performer of task is not us individually, but the higher power itself. Understanding Karma Yogis, the Lotus Leaf. Have you seen a lotus plant? I'm sure you have. It's a beautiful flower that grows in and floats on water. There's a whole lot to learn from the lotus plant, you know. There are many words related to the lotus mentioned in the Gita, such as Kamalakshi, meaning lotus-like eyes, Kar Kamar, meaning lotus-like hands, Charan Kamar, meaning lotus-like feet. The lotus plant is also called Pankaj, which means born from the mud. A lotus plant is born in mud right at the bottom of the lake. But that does not deter it from living. It grows strong and tall, reaching out of the water towards the sun. Isn't that a beautiful thing? There's something special about its leaves too. Have you ever had a chance to touch the leaves of a lotus plant? They have a different feel to them. That is because they have small hairs growing on them. Why do you ask? Well, those leaves help water run off from it. It does not soak the water, because if it did, the lotus plant would drown in water. So any water poured on its leaf just runs off from its sides. What a beautiful creation of nature, isn't it? And that's how Karma Yogis are too. They don't think too much about the results of their actions. This thinking is like the water on the lotus leaves. It just runs off. Instead, Karma Yogis can remain focused on doing their duty diligently and sincerely. Dhanyavad.